Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we dive into Born Liars by Ian Leslie, a thought-provoking exploration of the intricate role lying plays in human evolution and society. Published in 2011, this book reveals that lying is not merely a social faux pas but a fundamental part of what makes us human. From the development of our intelligence to its unexpected benefits in survival and mental health, lying, according to Leslie, is a complex behavior with deep roots in our neurological makeup. Leslie, a London-based author known for his sharp insights and contributions to both UK and US publications, as well as his work in comedy for BBC Radio 4, brings a unique perspective to the topic. With his second book, Curious, The Desire to Know and Why Your Future Depends on It, Leslie established himself as a keen observer of human behavior and its implications for the future. Born Liars is not just a mere recounting of lies and their consequences. It delves into the history and neuroscience of deceit, offering insights into why detecting lies is an enormous challenge and how deception is critical to human interaction. This book is an intriguing read for anyone fascinated by the psychology behind lying, from advertising professionals and armchair philosophers to cultural anthropologists. Discover the indispensable role of dishonesty in our lives and how it shapes our world in ways we might not expect. Born Liars: Why We Can't Live Without Deceit. Introduction: Unraveling the truth behind our lies, why it's part of being human. From the moment we learn to speak, we're taught that honesty is the best policy. Our cultural and religious teachings, from the biblical commandments to secular laws, promote truthfulness as a virtue. Despite this, lying is a universal behavior, embedded in the fabric of our interactions. Whether to protect someone's feelings or to navigate complex social dynamics, lying seems as natural to us as breathing. But have you ever wondered why? Why do we lie, and could there be more to this behavior than meets the eye? Lying, it turns out, is not merely a moral failing or a societal faux pas. It's an essential part of human psychology and social structure. From a tender age, before we even grasp the concept of truth, we engage in behaviors that could be considered deceptive. This ability to manipulate information, interestingly, serves a broader purpose in our development and survival as social beings. In this intriguing exploration, we'll delve into the reasons behind our propensity to lie, shedding light on the psychological and social mechanisms at play. Here's what you'll discover: the astonishing reality that even infants as young as 9 months can engage in forms of deceit, the paradoxical ways in which lying can have positive effects on our mental and physical well-being, the fascinating truth that much of what we remember might be more fiction than fact. By understanding the reasons we lie and the complex role deception plays in human interaction, we might come to see lying in a different light, not as a flaw, but as an inherent and vital aspect of our nature. Let's embark on this journey to unravel the intricate tapestry of truths and untruths that make us uniquely human. Part 1. Deception: a building block of human evolution. You might see yourself as a paragon of honesty, yet it's almost certain that you've dabbled in the art of deception. Whether it's a white lie to keep the peace or a small falsehood to avoid hurting someone's feelings, lying is embedded in the human experience. Interestingly, this tendency to bend the truth isn't just a social faux pas, it's a deep-rooted part of our evolutionary makeup. Our penchant for lying springs from our inherently social nature. Being social creatures involves navigating a complex web of interactions, understanding others' thoughts and feelings, and predicting the outcomes of our actions on the surrounding social tapestry. This social balancing act necessitates a certain level of cunning, a requirement that has shaped our brains and behaviors over millennia. The concept of social intelligence offers a window into this evolution. Introduced in 1976 by Nicholas Humphrey, This theory suggests that our ancestors developed larger, more intricate brains to meet the demands of their increasingly social world. These enhanced cognitive powers didn't just improve their decision-making abilities, they also paved the way for the advent of deception as a social tool. Our prehistoric cavemen ancestors, for instance, quickly discovered the utility of lying and securing resources, or navigating the treacherous waters of early human societies. A cunning individual could easily hide his share of food, falsely claim deprivation, and thus secure a double portion. Such deceptions were not merely acts of selfishness but survival strategies in the competitive social landscapes of the time. This interplay of intelligence and deception isn't unique to humans. Research by primatologists Richard Byrne and Andrew Whiten in the 1980s revealed that our primate cousins also employ lies to gain an advantage. In one observed instance, two young chimpanzees employed a ruse to keep an older, potentially competitive chimp in the dark about their food-finding success. Employing distraction and posture, they successfully deceived their peer, a tactic that showcases not just intelligence but strategic social thinking. Byrne and Whiten's findings highlight an intriguing aspect of our intellectual heritage. Our mental capacities, including those for deception, have been sharpened by countless generations of social interaction. Lying, it seems, is not a flaw but a feature, a critical component of the social intelligence that makes us uniquely human. In tracing the evolution of deceit, we uncover not just the shadows, but the brilliance of human intelligence and social sophistication. Part 2. Mastering the Art of Deception, a milestone of growing up. Lying appears to be a skill we acquire without formal instruction, an innate component of human behavior that emerges even in the tender stages of infancy. If you've ever observed children, you might recall instances where tales were spun and truths were bent, often with the intention of steering clear of trouble or pinning it on someone else. Interestingly, this propensity to deceive starts even earlier than we might think. Take, for example, a 9-month-old baby. At this age, babies can engage in what might be seen as their earliest attempts at deceit, such as faking laughter to join in the camaraderie shared by their peers. It's a simple act, yet it marks the beginning of our lifelong journey with deception. By the age of 4, our lying game levels up significantly. While a 3-year-old might spill the beans about sneaking a cookie without much prompting, a 4-year-old is more likely to concoct a story or deflect blame. This shift is grounded in what psychologists refer to as the theory of mind, a realization that our thoughts are our own, hidden from the view of others. It's at this pivotal age that children grasp the concept that others can't automatically know their thoughts or intentions, thereby opening the door to the world of lies and deception. As we navigate the complexities of social interactions in our formative years, especially in settings like school, our understanding of when and how to lie becomes more nuanced. Peer interactions and the direct consequences of our fibs teach us valuable lessons about credibility and the varying weights of deceit. We learn that a lie told to a friend carries more significant repercussions than a lie told to a stranger, shaping our moral compass and our approach to truth and falsehood as we grow. This education in deceit isn't just a facet of childhood mischief, it's a critical aspect of social intelligence. By learning when it's appropriate to lie and when it's better to be truthful, we're essentially mastering a form of social navigation. These skills, honed in the playgrounds and classrooms of our youth, carry over into adulthood, influencing our actions in professional environments and personal relationships alike. Thus, the art of deception is not just a byproduct of human development, but a cornerstone of our social existence. Part 3. The surprising ease of deception in daily life. Believe it or not all of us are created equal when it comes to the art of lying. Some of us transform into a bundle of nerves at the mere thought of bending the truth, while others could sell ice to an Eskimo without batting an eyelid. This variance in skill means that pinpointing a liar isn't as straightforward as one might hope. However, that doesn't mean there aren't subtle clues for the keen observer. One classic method of lie detection revolves around facial expressions. Our faces often betray our true feelings, despite our best efforts to mask them. For instance, genuine joy lights up our faces with a kind of smile that lifts the cheeks, a hard act to follow for those trying to feign sadness convincingly. Spotting these involuntary expressions can sometimes give away a person's real sentiments, like detecting a flash of joy on a colleague's face amidst expressions of sympathy for a missed promotion. Yet, it's crucial to remember that the most practiced deceivers are adept at managing their expressions, skillfully choosing the right mask for the right moment to avoid detection. Despite this, the odds are surprisingly in favor of the liar, much more than conventional wisdom would suggest. Psychologist Emily Pronin from Princeton University highlights an intriguing asymmetry in social interactions. The inherent advantage lies with the deceiver. The essence of lying is in withholding one's true thoughts, visible only to the liar, while the observer has nothing but the liar's expressions and words to go by. When you compliment a friend's dreary vacation photos with a beaming smile and enthusiastic nod, you're fully aware of your disinterest. Yet, your friend, lacking access to your innermost thoughts, is inclined to take your performance at face value. This tendency to accept expressions and gestures as genuine reflections of internal states underpins the surprising efficacy of lying. While we're often confident in our lie detection abilities and similarly convinced of others' capacity to see through our facades, the reality is markedly different. People generally believe what they see and hear, assuming sincerity where there might be none. Thus, in the intricate dance of social interaction, lying is not only more common than we might think, but also more accessible to pull off. This realization not only challenges our perceptions of honesty and deception, but also sheds light on the complex layers of human communication. In many ways, when we choose to weave a tale or conceal the truth, we're far safer than our guilty consciences might lead us to believe. Part 4. The limits of technology in discerning truth from lies. In our quest for certainty and truth, we often turn to technology as the ultimate arbitrator. This is particularly true in the domain of lie detection, where the polygraph machine has become emblematic of our efforts to separate truth from falsehood. Yet, despite its aura of scientific infallibility, the polygraph is far from perfect. The fundamental premise of the polygraph is to monitor physiological responses, like changes in blood pressure and respiratory rate, under the assumption that these indicators will betray a liar. This belief has propelled its use, especially in law enforcement since the 1920s. Despite its long history, the polygraph's accuracy remains contested, mired in the complexity of human physiology and psychology. One significant flaw in the polygraph's methodology is its reliance on physical signs of stress as markers of deception. Innocent individuals, finding themselves in the intimidating environment of an interrogation, may exhibit the very signs interpreted as indications of lying, simply due to natural anxiety over being wrongfully accused. This critical oversight has led to a decline in the polygraph's use, highlighting a fundamental misunderstanding of the relationship between physical stress responses and truthfulness. Moreover, the quest for a foolproof lie detector encounters another formidable obstacle: the malleable nature of human memory. Contrary to common belief, recalling a memory is not akin to playing back a video recording, but rather an active process of construction influenced by present circumstances and suggestions. In this light, the polygraph's effectiveness is further diminished by the phenomenon of individuals believing their own fabrications or false memories, particularly when these memories have been shaped by suggestive questioning or pressure from authorities. This reconstructive aspect of memory can lead to the formation of completely false recollections, as demonstrated by cases where individuals have confessed to crimes they did not commit after exhaustive interrogations filled with leading questions. Such false memories can cause the accused to genuinely believe in their guilt, rendering the polygraph ineffective at distinguishing truth from deception, since the machine only measures belief in the statement, not its factual accuracy. The notorious case of the Norfolk Four in 1999, where four men were wrongfully convicted of rape and murder based on coerced false confessions, starkly illustrates the dangers lurking within over-reliance on technology for truth verification. Their eventual exoneration underscores a critical lesson: lie detection, when entangled with the complexities of human psychology, cannot be wholly outsourced to machines. Technology, for all its advances, remains an imperfect tool in our ceaseless pursuit of the truth, reminding us of the need for a discerning and empathetic approach to understanding the multifaceted nature of human deception. Part 5. The complex web of self-deception in human nature. It's no secret that our perception of reality is not always a true mirror of the world around us. The human brain, with its myriad functions and impressive capabilities, also harbors the power to deceive us. This isn't simply about misinterpreting signals or not seeing things clearly, but rather about the fundamental ways in which our brains filter and reshape our experiences of the world. Consider how diverse sensory abilities, such as color blindness or unilateral deafness, can lead to vastly different perceptions of the same environment. Our brains don't stop at passive filtering. They actively alter our perceptions based on physical states or challenges, making hills seem steeper when we are tired, for instance. This mechanism arguably serves as a protective strategy, cautioning us against potential harm or overexertion. However, the phenomena of self-deception extend beyond sensory perceptions, deeply intertwining with our beliefs and self-image. We hold our beliefs close, perceiving them as integral parts of our identity. When confronted with information that challenges these core beliefs, our brains engage in a kind of mental gymnastics known as cognitive dissonance, reconciling conflicts by dismissing contradictory evidence. This mechanism enables individuals to maintain an unhealthy lifestyle under the guise of living freely instead of acknowledging potential addiction issues. Our capacity for self-delusion also emerges in overestimating our abilities, leading to skewed self-assessments that defy logic and statistics. A striking example of this is observed in studies where a significant majority of individuals rate themselves as above average in skills, such as driving, a mathematical improbability. Yet this penchant for self-deception is not without its merits. In the realm of innovation and progress, the ability to dismiss doubt and persist in the face of skepticism can be invaluable. History is replete with trailblazers who, against all odds and logic, have pushed boundaries and transformed the unthinkable into tangible realities. This aspect of self-deception fuels societal advancement by empowering visionaries to forge ahead, undeterred by the chorus of naysayers. However, the thin line between constructive and detrimental self-deception is one that must be tread carefully. The annals of history also warn us of the dangers of unchecked self-deception at a collective level. Wars and societal collapse often stem from leaders and nations blinded by unfounded confidence, neglecting reason and vastly overestimating their prospects of success. In sum, self-deception is a double-edged sword woven into the fabric of human psychology. It shapes not only our personal experiences and self-concept, but also influences the course of human history and societal evolution. Understanding and acknowledging this inherent aspect of our nature is crucial in navigating the complex interplay between perception, belief, and reality. Part 6. The astonishing power of deception, from healing to selling. Lies, in their various forms, play an intricate role in both the human experience and the broader societal fabric. Yet, perhaps one of the most profound revelations about lying is its capability to transcend mere social interaction, venturing into realms as sacred as medicine and as ubiquitous as marketing. The story of Henry Beecher, a Harvard professor and medical doctor stationed in Anzio, Italy, during 1944, offers a compelling glimpse into the healing power of deception. Faced with a severely injured soldier and entirely devoid of morphine, desperation led to innovation. A nurse administered a mere saline solution to the wounded man, claiming it was potent pain relief. The results were nothing short of miraculous. The soldier's pain alleviated significantly, allowing for the procedure to proceed with minimal discomfort, a phenomenon we now recognize as the placebo effect. This effect, where the belief in treatment's efficacy is enough to trigger real physiological responses, remains a medical enigma, yet underscores the intricate connection between mind and body. The placebo effect stands as testament not only to the power of belief, but also to the influence of perception and confidence in the efficacy of treatment. Curiously, the effectiveness of a medication can apparently be enhanced by the demeanor of the doctor administering it, with a confident presentation yielding better outcomes than a hesitant one. Despite the myriad questions this phenomenon raises, the placebo's undeniable impact has cemented its place in contemporary medical practice. In fact, a study by the Oregon Health Sciences University suggests that a significant percentage of prescriptions today may actually be placebos. Speaks volumes about the medical community's recognition of belief's therapeutic potential. This principle extends beyond the realm of healthcare, finding its parallel in marketing strategies that tap into the psychological impact of perception. An amusing yet illustrative example of this is the case of Diamond Shreddies, a marketing venture by Hunter Somerville which turned the mundane into the magnificent. By merely rotating the shape of shredded wheat cereal and rebranding it, without altering the product itself, Somerville managed to convince consumers of an improved taste. This transformation, driven purely by perception, mirrors the placebo effect, demonstrating how belief and expectation can shape our experiences, even down to the taste of our breakfast cereal. Through these examples, it becomes clear that deception, in its various guises, holds an undeniable sway over our minds and bodies, wielding the power to heal, to persuade, and to transform perceptions. In a world where truth is held as a paramount virtue, these instances invite us to reconsider the multifaceted role of lies, not only as tools of manipulation, but also as agents of healing and innovation. Part 7. The Gray Area of Lying. Navigating the Moral Quandary. In the tapestry of human behavior, lying is a particularly complex thread, interwoven with cultural norms, personal beliefs, and ethical dilemmas. The question of whether lying is inherently wrong is a philosophical quagmire that has puzzled thinkers from biblical times to modern-day moral philosophers. The Bible, while explicitly condemning falsehood in the commandment against bearing false witness, also narrates episodes where deceit is seemingly sanctioned, such as the Egyptian midwives' lie to protect Hebrew infants, suggesting a nuanced view of deception. This dichotomy extends beyond religious doctrine into the realm of secular philosophy. Immanuel Kant, a towering figure in ethics, originally posited lying as a violation of human dignity, only to later contemplate whether social niceties, like insincerely praising a friend's work, might be morally permissible to avoid causing pain. The moral landscape of lying is further complicated when cultural factors come into play. A fascinating study led by Chinese-Canadian researcher Kang Li explored how cultural upbringing influences perceptions of lying's acceptability. Through storytelling, Li presented children from Chinese and Canadian backgrounds with scenarios involving deceit tied to altruistic motives. The differing responses highlighted a cultural chasm. Where Canadian children saw any form of deceit as unacceptable, their Chinese counterparts viewed lying to promote humility or avoid boasting as morally justifiable. This cultural juxtaposition underscores the absence of a universal moral compass when it comes to lying. Canadian emphasis on individual achievement clashes with Chinese values of humility, painting lies in vastly different moral hues depending on one's cultural lens. Such findings indicate that the question of lying's morality cannot be neatly answered with a binary right or wrong. Instead, it nests within a landscape of ethical relativism, shaped by societal norms, personal values, and the situational context of the lie itself. As we continue to navigate the murky waters of human interaction, the morality of lying remains a reflective pool for our ethical considerations, challenging us to ponder not just the act of deception, but the intentions and consequences that lie beneath. Final summary. As we draw the curtain on this exploration of deception, it's paramount to reconsider the conventional perspective on lying. Far from being a malignant stain on one's character, the practice of lying emerges as an inherently human aspect, woven into the very fabric of our existence. This revelation invites us to adopt a more nuanced understanding of deceit, recognizing its role not just as a social lubricant, but as a survival mechanism ingrained in our evolutionary past. The journey through the world of lies uncovers its multifaceted nature, from the innocent fabrications of infancy to the complex social strategies of adulthood. Lying, as it turns out, is not a monochromatic moral failing, but a spectrum of behaviors influenced by context, necessity, and the intricate dance of human relationships. It serves as a mirror, reflecting our deepest fears, desires, and the unending quest to navigate the social matrix that envelops us. This exploration also challenges us to confront the ethical ambiguities surrounding deception. The moral landscape of lying is far from black and white, colored instead by the hues of cultural norms, personal beliefs, and the circumstances that compel us to either uphold the truth or shroud it. In reevaluating lying within this broader context, we can appreciate its potential as a tool for compassion, a means to spare feelings, and a catalyst for social harmony. In the final analysis, the essence of lying transcends the simplistic binary of good versus evil, nudging us towards a more empathetic and understanding perspective on this ubiquitous human trait. By embracing the complexity of lying, we not only deepen our grasp of human nature, but also equip ourselves to navigate the ethical dilemmas it presents with greater wisdom and discernment. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.